Hi, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about density. Just what's density when you're wearing a wig? Also, we're going to get into the lace front. Yes, we've all heard that the lace front looks a lot more natural, but they are more expensive. And you know the lace front, sometimes it starts getting loose right up here. And you've got to get into the world of using a body glue or a body adhesive. I know it's simple, but I like to keep things even more simple. I like to be able to get up, put my wig on, and out I go. Easy breezy, so I say. So come with me and I will share with you what I have learned in this wonderful world of fashion fun. Come, my wig fashion fiesta. So let's begin the show. Let's talk density. What does density mean? What do you mean by that? Well, I have this particular wig on and it's very, very flat. It's not full like many of your wigs are. When it comes to synthetic wigs, they tend to have variety of density, up to 180 or even 200%. The higher percentage, the more bulk that you have. Now, if you choose to purchase a wig that has a lot of bulk, a lot of density, most likely it has a lot to do with your own particular stature. I could actually wear both. I have the shape of my face is not real skinny. It's more of a square. It's more broad. Even though I'm tall, I'm close to 5'8", almost 5'9", but I'm thin. So I find that my own natural hair that I've had, even when I look at pictures of myself 20, 30, 40 years ago, is that I was tall, skinny, and my hair was long and not a lot of bulk. So for me, I guess it's just my personal preference is I prefer wigs that don't have a lot of bulk, because I find that when I wear a wig, and I have them that are nice and full, I look at myself in the mirror and I say, I guess you're wearing a wig, right? It's all a matter really of self-perception. It's not really others out there. It's really your own self-perception. So I encourage you actually to try both. I encourage you to try what you feel. Perhaps if you're smaller, more petite, you may prefer the more thinner, or you may want to go the opposite. Or if you're really big bone and a tall, beautiful woman, you might prefer less density compared to the fuller density. But experiment. And also when you are very, very respectful and careful when you unbox your wig, particularly if you get it online, these wig companies allow you to keep your wig for sometimes up to 30 days. My recommendation is make a decision within a week, but be very mindful, be very gentle, and be very careful. Don't cut off the cord of identification of its style and color. Really be very mindful of that, and you'll be able to return it. So because you can return these wigs, as long as they're not on some kind of final sale, go ahead and reach out. Get one that has a high density, that looks really heavy bulk, and try it on, because you won't know until you try it, more or less is what they say. So that's what I actually would suggest as far as making the determination. And you may want to have both. Maybe there's different times that you feel more comfortable wearing something with more of a bulk, particularly those of you, if you're going to be wearing your hair up and away from your face. Having sometimes a little bit of a higher density, more bulk, actually is very attractive on you. So you really kind of have to play around with the trial and error to find out what you really prefer. But what I wanted to get into a little bit of discussion is the lace front. Now, I'm going to show you the lace front. The lace front, as you know, is what makes wigs of today look like they're not wigs. Here is the lace front. What this is a very, very delicate fabric that goes right here, and you have to be very careful of it. However, after just a few wears, a lot of times this will start lifting. And so you can always use the body adhesive. I like the body, it stays. You can get this on Amazon. It comes in a little ball that you can roll just right on your hand, dab here, and I usually put it on my forehead, or sometimes I actually will put it on the wig prior to my putting it on. But be mindful, it's very, very sticky. So if you decide to put it a little bit on your finger before putting it on your head, just be mindful because it's so sticky. Sometimes other fibers get caught up in it, and then you have kind of a mess on your hands. It's an easy fix, a little water, a little dab-a-do-you, and it all comes right off. So be mindful of that. But the lace front, as authentic as it makes it look like it's your own hair, it lifts, and you need to attend to that. Now, let's discuss wigs that are made, beautifully made, that do not have a lace front. What I find with those wigs, and particularly Godiva's Secret Wigs is a wonderful manufacturer that I feel makes incredible, so many styles. They have a lace front, but they had started out not with lace front. And so they have many, many colors, many, many styles without the lace front. But what they have uniquely done is that you'll have a little bit of bangs that kind of come with the wig. Now, whether you want to have the bangs cut to be a little shorter or whatever, that's easy for you to do. Particularly, just check with your lady in the salon, or if you're in the business of hair, it's an easy breezy thing for you to do. But that's what they do. There's no lace front, but they usually have bangs because remember, the bangs or these little hints of hair that's coming down takes the eyes away from right up here. And so therefore it looks natural. So there are ways, depending upon the wig itself, that makes it very natural. Now, just a reminder, you pay what you get, or you get what you pay for, right? Yes. Today, just Google. There are so many inexpensive, $25 for some wigs. And the key is, remember this, it's usually the cap construction, it's usually the way that the cap inside is made, for your wig. That usually is where, it's not the fibers. Usually I have found that between the synthetic fibers and the human hair fibers, they're outstanding. The very inexpensive wigs, it's all in, you can imagine the labor, intensity, and time taking to machine stitch or hand tie or whatever with the cap. The caps tend to be a lot larger. They tend to stretch a lot more. But for those of you that are very creative and know how to sort that out, you will be able to get a wig for very, very little cost because you know how to style. You know what works so that that cap fits properly on your head, and you will be just fine. For those of us that are not like you, that are in the fashion industry, like with hairstyles, you may work at a beauty salon, I just can't do this sort of thing. And in another video, I have shared a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful human hair wig that I love. I love the color. It's long. I can style it. But it's the cap that's the challenge. It's the stretchiness of the cap. The welting is so stretchable, even though it is a petite average size. So just be mindful of that too. So there's a lot to learn about this industry. And I want to be your library to share with you everything you need to know before you go out to make your next purchase. So thank you. Please subscribe and please join our community commenting and helping each other. Have a great day. Stay tuned for my next wig show.